Hi, my name is Shane, and I have been asked by Kathy to make a little video kind of like Robin did, but for me, I will be showing you a little bit of Taiwan, which is where I have lived for the past, I think, about as long as Robin's been in Norway. I've been here for a little over 22 years. As you can see, it is a very warm, sunny day. I'm just walking out of my house, and I'll give you a little bit of a tour of the area around my house. We live in you would probably say it's a big city. Coming from Cornwall. The population here is about, I believe right now it's about 900,000 people. But compared to other cities in Taiwan, it is relatively small. It's easy to get around in. And we live, I guess, in the downtown area. If I had my druthers, I'd live further out towards the mountains, which another time I'll take you to on a little drive too. But I'll take you for a walk around, and you can see that even though you're in the city in Taiwan, you're still close enough to, I guess, some sort of semblance of countryside. We live in an apartment. Most people in Taiwan, they do live in apartments, city-wise anyways. There's just a lot of people here. People want to be in the city, want to be close to stores, supermarkets, yeah, so everybody's kind of living on top of each other. When we moved here, the one thing I asked, or when we moved into our new apartment, the one thing that I wanted was a little bit of an outdoor area. As you can see, there's no lawn to mow, but we do have a place to kind of sit out. And the only one thing I really wanted was a barbecue. You do not see many of these in Taiwan, but coming from Canada, it is something that I sorely missed for the first probably 15 years that I was here in Taiwan. So when we had the opportunity to get one, I jumped on it. Okay, I'm going to flip the camera around and I'll talk to you as we walk. This is a quieter street in Taiwan. As you can see, there are a tremendous amount of scooters. Depending if you go closer into the city, you will definitely see them everywhere. The weather here it doesn't get below 10 degrees all year round. As such, there's no problem driving a scooter. We do get snow up in the mountains, but not very often. And actually once, I think about 5 years ago, it actually did snow here in the city of Shinju, and nobody knew what to do with it, knew what to make of it, because it is most definitely a rarity. Temperature in the summer, right now it's actually kind of nice. It's windy. I'm sure you can hear the breeze, but usually it has been getting up to about 38, 39, 40 degrees Celsius with a scorcher of a sun. So I'll take you by a park. They are not used much during the day though, as it is too hot in the summer to be outside. Plus, most of the time, kids are in school. A lot. I'm gonna make a quick stop in, I don't know if you can see from here, just see in a moment, 7-Eleven. I told you I'm living right now in Taiwan. As you could see from the map, Taiwan is quite small when compared to Canada. Canada is about 275 times bigger than Taiwan. Taiwan, as I said, is really small, but these 7-Eleven stores, just the 7-Elevens, not including other convenience stores, there are, I believe, over close to 5,500 of these stores on the island, which is a lot. But then you've also got Family Mart, you've got High Life, many different convenience stores. They are everywhere. The one thing you notice when you come into a 7-Eleven is the smell. I don't really notice it anymore, but the first time I walked in, I thought it was pretty disgusting. It's the tea eggs. What they do is they marinate hard-boiled eggs in a tea, and people eat them. 7-Eleven really is a place to come for food, though. As you can see, every single kind of snack you'd want. They've got little, what do we got over here? We got noodles that you can buy and heat up in the microwave. Just chicken breasts if you want to stay healthy. And then you've got all sorts of chips and ice cream. Me, I'm just going to go for a water because it's hot. As you can see, people still do wear masks here in Taiwan, but it is not as common, as we're not really hit by COVID-19 right now. Alright, I've just left 7-Eleven and I'm walking along something that is not very common here in Taiwan, and that is a sidewalk. You walk through the city streets, you might see them, but usually there's cars parked on them, scooters. And this is just because Taiwan's so small, there's not a lot of... I didn't realize my camera overheated. It's hot, super hot. No, as I was saying, Taiwan is just small and there's not a lot of space for sidewalks. It's something that people here don't see as necessary at all. People look more in terms of high-rises, buildings, places where they can either live or make money. Land is a huge commodity here, and if you have a piece of it, you are not going to waste it on public land like parks or sidewalks, which I myself, coming from Canada, don't see it as a waste, but I think Canadian thoughts and Taiwanese thoughts don't always mesh. So let us continue our walk. All right, I don't know if you can see the cleanliness of this canal. I'm not quite sure what that dark residue on the top of the water is, but I most certainly would not be swimming in that. That is for sure, although you can see the odd turtle inside. There are fish. Believe it or not, I have actually seen people fishing. Very short clips, step by step, as my camera cannot take this heat. I do believe it's probably about, I was wrong temperature wise, I just checked, it's about 38 right now. And my phone, which I'm recording this on, cannot take it. So I will record as much as I can. And here we go. Continue our walk. The canals that I'm passing by are throughout the city, basically. You'll see little canals here and there, completely filthy. I believe it's just sewage that's running through the city. The one thing that is not first and foremost on government's mind is environmental protection, it seems. They're more looking towards economic growth, stability, which is unfortunate, but that is where we're at. You'll see, I don't know if you can see the garbage that is over there. Doesn't matter where you go, how deep you go into the mountains of Taiwan, the forest, you will see bags of garbage everywhere. I have seen a wheelchair about 5 kilometers from a road. I'm not quite sure what happened to the person who was on it, but yeah, people, it's a small island and people have garbage. They look for places to dispose of it. This is one of the parks that I take my son to every now and then. We were here the day before yesterday alone. As you can see, nobody's here. It's just hot. Sometimes on the weekends, in the mornings, early evening, sorry, you'll see people playing soccer just over here. Soccer is somewhat big. Basketball is a very, very popular sport here, as is baseball. But I would say the #1 sport of Taiwan is badminton. Most kids play that and play it very, very well. But it is a good place just to kind of run around. They got a little slide there. They try and build some structures. People often ride their bikes. Rollerblade over there. We'll continue our walk. So we are in the downtownish area of Hsinchu, and I'm about to go down and walk through a rice field, which you see sporadically throughout the city. Every here and there's farmers who have kept their land, and yeah, they just grow rice, one of the main crops that you have on the island, which is definitely different from you guys, I know. Fruits is another thing that is different. We get a lot of mangoes here. Mango season is in, which is amazing. Watermelon's the same, but you get star fruit, dragon fruit. The amount of different fruits that you get here. There's the rice fields, and as you can see, construction. Building. I really don't know if there are enough people to fill these apartments, but they are being built nonetheless. As you can see, pretty well every building here is built using cement or bricks. Taiwan is extremely humid, wet all the time, so there's no chance of using wood really for anything, as it lasts maybe 2 seasons, and then it is just completely starting to rot out, bend, warp. Yeah. So the unfortunate thing about the cement is that in the summertime it manages to keep your house really, really hot, which is not so great, and in the wintertime it keeps it nice and cold, which I told you it doesn't get below 10, but because it is so wet, and when that cold sinks into your bones, I myself have been colder here in Taiwan than I have been in Canada in the middle of winter, just because there's no getting out of the cold. It doesn't matter where you are, inside or out, that cold, damp air is on you all the time. My son and I have labeled this Piggly Wiggly Park. There's a little stone statues of the pigs, but I'll take you up to the top of this structure. I'm really not sure what it is. Give you a better view of what's what. You look that way, that is the coast. One day I'll take you there. It is called Nanliao. It's a beach area, a lot of seafood. There's, as you can see, rice field, buildings being constructed, buildings, and more buildings. About 3 years ago, there was nothing here. Now, it is just covered. It's another one of those canals down here. Piggly Wigglies. Another park over there. Here's another playground we'll come to every now and then. As you can see though, it's about noon here. Sun is at its peak. Nobody is out right now. It is hot. Ah, somebody has left. Ugh. Ah. Little cocoa drink. I do believe that would have been milk tea. Actually, let's be environmentally friendly. Throw this in the garbage. It's one thing that, as I said, people here just don't do. I hope you all do. Don't litter. It's not hard. Throw things away. And here we come to another 7-Eleven. And this is probably about 1 kilometer from the last 7-Eleven we were at. Probably not even 1 kilometer. And they are always busy. They say here, 7-Eleven done how. That means 7-Eleven is good. Oh, I didn't say the main language spoken in Taiwan is Chinese, Mandarin Chinese. There's Cantonese, Chinese, and Mandarin, and there's a lot of different other dialects. In Taiwan though, most people, everybody speaks Chinese, and then you have some people speaking Taiwanese, which is a different dialect. Very, very different, very different than Chinese. And then there's also Hakka, which would be an Aboriginal language from the first indigenous people, first people on the island. I can speak some Chinese. I've been here long enough. I certainly should. This is what I was talking about. Garbage. A bowling ball. How the heck does a bowling ball get here? I don't know. I don't know if you can see off in the distance the church. There are certainly Catholic people here, Christian people here, but I would say predominantly having trouble with my focus. I would say most people here are either Buddhist or Taoist. There are very many temples, different kinds of temples that people will go to pray for all sorts of different things, be it for health of children. If there's exams coming up, they'll go to another temple to study, praying to get good grades on the exams. You'll go to certain temples if you're sick, just to try and get better sooner. Really, anything you can think of, there is a temple to go and pray for either better luck or to rid yourself of the bad luck they're saying that you have. We are almost back home. That is the 7-Eleven off in the distance you can see. And tonight I will bring you here, and you will not believe how it will change. It's pretty amazing. Right now it is just a parking lot. I'll bring you back tonight. We'll see what is what. And we're back. I don't know if you can see. That is just sweat. It's kind of dripping off me. It is hot out there, and that is Taiwan in the summer. Made myself a nice mango passion fruit shake. Cool myself down. A little bit of protein and oatmeal in there, nice and healthy. Yeah, so until the next video, if there's anything you want to see of Taiwan, I kind of took you through the city, but there is quite a lot of beauty to see. Mountains, temples, rivers. Really, Taiwan actually is quite a beautiful country. So if there's anything you are looking to see, let me know. Ask Kathy and she will get in touch with me. Until then, 再见. That means goodbye.